All right. Good morning, Summit Academy students. It is Wednesday, May 6th, 10 o'clock in the morning, so we will be starting Spanish here shortly. Hope everyone's doing well who's watching this. Seems nice outside today. It was kind of rainy yesterday, or last night it was. Seems like a nice day, though. It's cold. I saw it's supposed to snow Friday night. Can you believe that? May? Snow? It's nuts, but anyway, hope everyone's doing well. We'll get started here in about 30 seconds or so. Chris Williams, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're going to give another few seconds to see if anybody joins us live. If not, we can start without them. So yes, this is Spanish for the 8th graders. We've had better streaming attendance recently. With last Monday we had 8, I think, up to 8 people, which was a lot for me. But even if we don't have a lot of people here live, they can always watch it, later. So we're going to start. It is 10:01. We've been streaming for about 1 minute and 40 seconds now. So we'll get started. I wanted to do some housekeeping stuff for the 8th graders. I went through all of your Blizzard bags that you turned in, and I had the following students turned in stuff that I received your stuff. Lennon, Alex, Brown, and Travis, Kyrie, Phoenix, Raquel, Brandon, Malachi, and Marcellus. So I got all of your stuff that you turned in. Interestingly enough, people who turned those in, some of you actually attempted to do this worksheet, which we were going to do today. We never actually got to this, but some of you tried it. Those kids were Alex, Phoenix, Raquel, and Brandon. You guys actually tried that worksheet without having been taught how to do it. So kudos to you. A couple of you did it pretty well. A couple of you, not so much, but I can't fault you because you weren't taught or instructed on how to do that stuff, right? So I am proud of you guys for attempting that and doing it and turning it in. But unfortunately, what that means is you will not have, a copy of this worksheet that we're going to be doing today. So Alex, Phoenix, Raquel, Brandon, I think I have Kyrie's, I have Brianna's, and I have Lennon's as well, but they didn't fill it in. They're just so blank, and that's fine because, like I said, we never got to it. But so of those students, Brandon, Raquel, Phoenix, Kyrie, Brianna, Travis, Alex, and Lennon, if you're watching this an hour later, you won't find this in Spanish stuff, unfortunately, because you already turned it in. Okay, so if you tried it, some of you didn't, and that's fine. But if you don't have it, a physical copy with you, you can still watch this video, and you can still maybe try it, with us. I'm not going to go through your individual responses to see how you did because, that'll take a long time. We only have a half an hour. So, Joey, welcome to the stream. So yeah, kudos to you who turned in stuff for the first Blizzard bag. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 students turned stuff in. So that's better than none, right? That's good. If you're watching this now and you haven't turned anything in yet, you still have everything at your disposal, though. You should be able to find this, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. What I wanted to start class with today, let's see what we have. Okay, so I want to review. On Monday, we reviewed the days of the week, right? Because it's been a long time since we talked about days of the week. Today, I wanted to review the months of the year, okay? Because it's also been a long time since we talked about those. Chris Williams, I don't know who you are. I'm assuming you're a student, if not a parent or a student. You're anonymous. That's fine. YouTube's open. Anybody can watch this whenever they want. So. We are going to be doing the days, the months, the year this year, this class. So those are the months of the year in English. For my 8th graders, we went through this at the beginning of the school year. So this is a review, but it's been a long time, so it might not feel like a review. I wanted to start the month we're currently in, which is May, right? So we should know how to say May, because yesterday was the 5th, May 5th, right, which is a holiday in Mexico, or in America at least, Cinco de Mayo. So the way to say May is Mayo, all right? You don't have to write anything down for this. It's just a quick review for all of us. Mayo is May, okay? Next month, when we're on summer vacation, it's going to be June. In Spanish, we would say junio. Junio. Now, I made a mistake here, okay? Out of my habits of my reflexes writing English, I capitalize the J. Not supposed to capitalize the first letters. Okay, that was my mistake. But junio is June. Now in English we capitalize, right? In Spanish they don't. So feel free to, you don't have to worry about capitalizing junio. But junio is June. Okay. After that comes July. All right. So the Spanish word for July would be, if you know this and you're watching this at home, you can say it. You can type it in the chat if you want to. Try to beat me to it. But July is our next month after June. So July would be Julio. All right. Julio is July. Julio. All right. After Julio comes August. All right. Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it? All right. So August is Agosto. Agosto is August. All right. So that was a long time ago when we had Spanish for the first time, and it was in August. Agosto is August. Okay. Going from there, we're going to go up to the next month that I have, which is September. Okay. So see if you remember how to say September, and see if you can say it and or type it, spell it into the chat there. All right. So September is, where is it? There it is. Septiembre. Septiembre. So September, Septiembre, it's close enough, right? Septiembre is September. Okay. After Septiembre, we got October. October. And it's similar as well. This one's fun to hear students say because their English brains, your English brains, tries to pronounce it like in English, right? So in English, it's October. Remember, in Spanish, it's octubre, octubre, not octubre, octubre. Okay, it's the O's in Spanish make an O sound, octubre. Okay, octubre is October. Okay, Brianna, welcome. Good morning. We're just making a quick review of the months of the year because it's been a long time. So nothing to worry about right now. We're just talking about the months. Octubre is October. Okay, after October, we've got November. Okay, see if you can remember what November is. If you want to type it, you can. Okay, so November. Malachi, welcome. November is Noviembre. Noviembre. Okay, Noviembre is November. Okay, moving on to December. December would be December is diciembre. So it's actually spelled with an I after the D, right? Diciembre. Now, all of this is a review. So this is just a nice review of what we've done this school year. Brandon, good to see you. Diciembre. I say good to see you, but you know I can't see you. You know what I mean? It's good to see your name. Good to see that you're here. Diciembre is December. Okay, so for those of you just joining, we're just making a review of the months of the year because it's been months, literal months since I was, we talked about this. So Diciembre is December. That means we're moving on to the new year, right? January. January is actually very unique. Okay, all these other ones kind of look and sound like the months in English, but January is really unique. Okay, so January is enero. I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. January is enero. Enero is January. Doesn't look like January, doesn't sound like January, but it means January. Okay. February in Spanish would be similar enough. There it is. Febrero. Febrero. That's February. Also, a reminder, like I said, for those who are just joining us, in Spanish, you don't have to capitalize the first letter, okay, of the months. In English, we do. And in fact, I did here on an accident, just because I'm used to doing it in English. But in Spanish, you don't have to capitalize the first letter of the months. So Febrero is February, okay? March, which was the last month that we had Spanish in person, right? March is Marzo. Marzo, which is March, okay? After March, we have April, which we talked about. See, I did it again. I capitalized the A. Don't mind me, my English brain. We did April last month when we were talking about Spanish and the dates. So April is abril. 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 Okay, so I made the mistake of capitalizing A, but you don't have to. So just lowercase a. All right, so it's a nice review of all of our months of the year. It's been a long time since we've done months of the year, so I wanted to make a review of that. Now that we have more people here, Brandon, it's good to see you. Malachi, welcome. Brianna. At the beginning of the live stream, I talked about your Blizzard bags that I received back. I received 9 Blizzard bags back. I got Lennon, Alex, Brianna, Travis, Kyrie, Phoenix, Raquel, Brandon, Malachi, and Marcellus. I got work from all of you guys. So thanks for doing the work. Thanks for trying and doing that kind of stuff. So of those 9 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turned in this paper, which we hadn't even gotten to. So 7 of you turned in this. Of those 7, Alex, Phoenix, Raquel, and Brandon actually did it and tried it, which I am really proud of because we never even went through that. I never showed you how to do it, never taught you that, but those 4 kids actually tried it. So kudos to you. But 7 of those 9 people turned this in, and it means they don't have it right now. Okay, Malachi and Marcellus, I got your work, but I didn't see this in the folder with it, which is fine. I wanted you to keep this because we haven't done it yet. So if you can find this, go ahead and find it. Okay. If you're watching this now or later, see if you can find this in your Spanish work. Okay. So at the top it says ir plus a plus infinitivo. In fact, for you guys, it printed kind of weird. For you guys, it looks like this. All right, it's like a half sheet. I don't know why it printed like this for you guys, but that's what you should look for. Okay, go ahead and take some time to look for it now. I wanted it to take up a whole page. I don't know why, but yours actually shows up as a half page with this part at the top. So see if you can find that. Like I said, Lennon, Alex, Brianna, Travis, Kyrie, Phoenix, Raquel, and Brandon, you will not have this in your stuff because you turned it back into me. Okay, and that's okay. All that means is you won't be able to actually do it with us, on this live stream. But Malachi and Marcellus, you should still have this, even though you turned stuff in already. Hopefully you still have this, and everybody else who's watching this live should have this still. Okay, so see if you can find it. While you do that, I'll make a review of what we did on Monday. All right. This is what we did on Monday. We talked about how to say going to do something, right? Ir plus a plus infinitivo. We conjugate the verb ir, yo voy, I go. Tu vas, you go. Hopefully you can see what I'm pointing at. Él va, ella va, he or she goes. Usted va, you polite goes. Nosotros vamos, we go. And then ellos van, they go. Or ustedes van. So I wanted to review. I don't know if I did a good job on Monday about reviewing what an infinitive is. I mean, it's an action, right? It's an action that doesn't have a person doing it. We don't know who's doing it. We don't know, when they're doing it. But in Spanish, there are 3 different types of infinitives. Okay, those are 3 different types. See if you remember. See if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, the 3 different types of infinitives. It has to do with the way they end. Okay, they are AR verbs. They are ER verbs, and there are IR verbs. Okay, we talked about this in class, but it's been a long time, I understand. So there are AR, ER, and IR verbs. Okay, these are the way the verbs are going to end in the infinitive. Okay, and all this means is any actions you could think of, all the words for all the actions are going to end with one of those 3 ways. Okay, so think of an action, any action, type an action, and if I know it off the top of my head, I'll tell you it, but if not, I'll look it up. But like, for instance, if I want to say, Chris said, yo hablo español, which means I speak Spanish. The verb hablar means to speak, right? Hablar means to speak. So right here, but hablar means to speak. And you can see it ends with AR, right? It ends with AR. That means it's to speak, okay? Every action is going to be that way, okay? So what we're doing with this activity is saying that you're going to do an action. So if I said, yo voy a hablar, I'm going to speak, right? I am going to speak. So it's like I'm telling you what I'm going to do in the future without having to do anything new, okay? So I hope that makes sense. If we're doing this in person, I could do a lot more like practice with you guys if we had an hour-long class 5 days a week again. But we're gonna make the best of what we got, okay? So hopefully while I was reviewing that, you found this paper, if you have it, all right? At this point, I'm also gonna give you a secret word. So if you watch this later, you can email it to me. Obviously, I know Chris, Joey, Brianna, Travis, Malachi, Brandon. You're all here. I know that. I think that's it. So you don't have to email me, but we'll make the secret word today Mayo, which is the word from May, right? Mayo is the secret word today. So if you're watching this later, feel free to email me this word here, Mayo. All right. I'll put my email. I have a question for you guys. If you watch this later, can you see the live chat? Like if I typed in my email here, and you watch this later, academies.org. I do know who you are, Chris. I just never called you Chris. I called you Abby. It clicked later. Okay, so you can see this later. So in the chat, if you're watching this later, my email is in the chat, okay? I figured it's probably easier than me showing you my email here, okay? So the word is Mayo. It looks like Mayo. In the chat, my email, joshua.minnick@summitacademy.org is there. Email me that later, and I know you watched it, okay? Obviously, though, if you're here, don't worry about that, all right? So that being said, we have 14 minutes. We're going to try to get through these exercises on the top half of this paper. So if you have this, please find it. You can work, with me, work through this. Obviously, if you turned it in already, then you can't really do that. But this is still good practice for those, so you can kind of see. I applaud your effort for trying this without knowing what you were doing, really. It's really impressive. So anyway, so in the box at the top says, to talk about what you're going to do, use the formula ir plus a plus infinitivo. All right. So in the top box, you're going to put that. Okay, ir plus a plus infinitivo. That's the formula. It sounds like a math thing. It's not, but that's the pattern you're going to follow. Okay, you're going to conjugate the verb ir. You're going to add the word a, and then you're going to use an infinitive, like that unconjugated verb. Anything that you want to do in the future that you're going to do. Okay. So they give an example. Yo, this is slash ir a slash pasar un rato con los amigos. Okay, so this is their example they showed you here. All right, let me see if I can see it. So they tell you who's doing it. They give you ir and a, and then they give you what they're going to do. So what they did is yo voy, right? That's ir. Yo voy a. There's a, and then the rest of the sentence they just copied, right? Pasar. I can't read backwards. Pasar un rato con los amigos. I'm going to spend some time with my friends. Okay, so let's try number one together. Tú ir a preparar la cena. All right, so number one. See if you can see it. We know who's doing it, which is tú. We have ir a, and then we have the rest. So first thing you want to write is the word tú. Now, how do we say you are going? Or you go. All right. You can look here if you need to. Tú vas. Tú vas, right? So that's what we're going to write. Tú vas. And then we have the letter a, which is always going to be there. A. All right. So this is what I have so far. Tú vas a. And then the next word is your infinitive. Preparar. Preparar. All right. So you don't do anything with that word. Just leave it how it is. Okay, because it ends in AR. It's good to go. And then you can just copy the rest. La cena. So if you had to guess what preparar means, preparar, what do you think preparar would mean? If you had to guess. Okay. You are going to what? Preparar means to prepare. Okay. And la cena means dinner. So it says you are going to prepare dinner. Okay. Number two. Tú y yo. That means what? You and I, right? Tú y yo, you and I. So let's just copy that. Tú y yo. So I just copied the subjects, right? Tú y yo. Now we got to figure out which way to use ir, right? When I say tú y yo voy, that means you and I go. No. When I say tú y yo vas, which means you and I, you go. That makes sense. What if I said tú y yo vamos? All right. Tú y yo vamos. That's you and I, we go. All right. You and I is we, right? You and I, if I said you and I are going to do something, we're going to do it, right? We, you and I. So we are going to use the nosotros form, which is vamos. Tú y yo vamos. All right. That's saying we are going. Okay. You and I are going. Tú y yo vamos. Always put your a next. Letter a. All right. So if we follow the pattern, vamos is the verb ir, right? Vamos, and we got a, vamos, ir, a, and then infinitive has to go next, right? My eyes, whew. Pasear. Okay, so there's pasear. At this point, we're just copying what's already there. All right, we're gonna copy what's already there. Pasear por el parque. All right, so go and write that. Pasear por el parque. All right, so it says, tú y yo, you and I, tú y yo, vamos a, we are going to what? Pasear por el parque. All right, por means through. In this case, por means through. And then you know what parque is, right? It's a place in the town. It's a place outside. Parque is the park, right? So pasear means to kind of like to walk or to pass through or kind of like to meander. So pasear is like to go for a walk. Okay, so what this is saying is you and I are going to go for a walk in the park. Okay, vamos a pasear. You and I, we are going to go for a walk in the park. Okay, so tú y yo vamos a pasear por el parque. Okay, we're going to go for a walk in the parque, in the park. All right, so that's the whole sentence. It's pretty easy once you get the feel for it. The hardest part is conjugating a ir, right? And then the rest is just copying what's already there, really. Okay, so if I'm going too slow, feel free to go faster than me and just check it when I get to the number that you're on. But if you want to stick with me, we can do this step by step. All right, so number 3, el hombre. It's the first part they give us. So just copy what the first part is. El hombre. El hombre is the man. That's what el hombre means, is the man. El hombre. Okay, el hombre is the man. I want to say that he goes. All right, so which form of ir would I use? Would I use the I form for yo? No. Would I use tú for you? No. Would I use el or ella usted? Well, el we know is he, right? And for el hombre, el hombre falls into this category as the he, right? So we're going to use this version, va. All right, so, all right. It means the man goes. El hombre va. Next part is a. Don't forget a. Always put the a in there. Can you see that okay? Yeah. El hombre va a. What is he going to do? At this point, you just got to write what's there. Tocar la guitarra. So just copy what's already there. All right. And see if you wonder if you can guess what that means. Tocar, you might not know what it means, but guitarra would be. That's a musical instrument. What would you think that would be? If you had to take a wild stab. Guitarra would be guitar, right? So what do you do to a guitar? You play it, right? So tocar in this case means to play, okay? Tocar in different cases could also mean to touch. So if I said no toques, it means like don't touch something. But tocar la guitarra means to play the guitar. All right, so this whole sentence right there. El hombre va a tocar la guitarra. The man is going to play the guitar. Okay? So that's your full sentence for number 3. Joey, this was included in the very first Blizzard bag that was sent home with report cards from quarter 3. It's a long time ago, so this paper isn't in the new Blizzard bag that came home a few weeks ago. So you might not have it, but you should. If you received the first Blizzard bag, it's in there with the original stuff. So if you can't find it, that's okay. Just, you know, if you want to try to follow along with just the video, you can. If you want to try writing it on paper, you can. But at this point, you know, don't waste any more time looking for it. Okay. All right, number 4. Stop me if I'm going too fast, but number 4, we're going to go to number 4. This one starts with a name, Manuel. All right, Manuel is a name. So you can just copy the name, Manuel. Manuel is a man's name, all right? So once again, if the last sentence we talked about el hombre, the man, Manuel es un hombre, right? He's a man. So we're going to use the same exact form of the verb, which is va. All right, so we got Manuel. You see that? Manuel va. After va, we always put the letter a. All right. And then after the letter a goes an infinitive, an action. So we're going to just rewrite the rest of the sentence. Leer el, I'm trying to read the paper, periódico, I think it is. Yeah. So just copy what that says. Leer el periódico. And that's your full sentence, okay? Manuel va a leer el periódico. So Manuel is going to what? Leer means to read. And then periódico is the newspaper. Okay, so we're saying Manuel va a leer el periódico. Manuel is going to read the newspaper. All right, so hopefully this is making sense. It's the same exact formula every single time. It all comes back to this, right? Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. All comes down to this. Ir, which means to go. You're going to conjugate that based on who's going to do whatever. But this verb plus a, and then plus your action, your infinitive. Okay, so we have time for probably one more. Sorry, 10:27. So this one, number 5, all right, ustedes is the noun. We're just going to copy ustedes. All right, ustedes. I love it. All right, that's the noun, ustedes. What form of ir are you going to follow with that? Well, let's look at the table here. And you can see that, luckily for us, UDS, ustedes, is right here. So all we got to do is type, write that word. Van, okay? Ustedes means all of you, right? Or you all right? So you all are going to what? Van a, right? Always put a. At this point, just copy what's already there. Mandar una carta. All right, so that's your full sentence. Ustedes van a mandar una carta. Mandar means to send, and then una carta is a card, right? So ustedes van a mandar una carta. So you all are going to send a card. So you all are going to send a card, all right? So you can copy that. If you're watching this later, feel free to pause it. All right, we can finish that on Monday. I hope you guys are still, following along. I know it's hard when we're streaming like this, but to London, Alex, Brianna, Travis, Kyrie, Phoenix, Raquel, Brandon, Malachi, Marcellus, thank you for turning stuff in. Thank you for, even if you're not here in the live streams, thank you. If you can watch these live, perfect, great. It'll really help a lot. It'll help me know what's, help me help you, right? But if not, then these videos are always there for you on YouTube. My email is in that chat there, so feel free to email me if you have any questions ever. If you're in the Google Hangouts thing, you can text that group, and I'm in there as well. So, a couple things. Hopefully, you'll see this from your current Blizzard bag. I gave you 3 options to, you don't have to do it 3 times, but I gave you 3 different templates, and I gave you a country, right? Pick a country. Not pick a country. Use the country I gave you and fill in all the information as best you can. You have until the end of the year to do this, okay? Add some color to it. Try your best at making it artsy fartsy. I'm not an artist, so I'm not going to grade you based on your art. That's going to be due at the end of the year. Mother's Day is coming up, right? This Sunday is Mother's Day, I think. So make sure to do something nice for your moms or your grandmas or any mom that's in your life, okay? Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe this week, and I will see you guys on Monday. Well, I won't see you, but I'll broadcast again live on Monday. Keep up the work, the good work. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to work ahead into the Blizzard bag, you can. It might be challenging, but you all are smart kids. You could probably figure it out. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm going to try to work with you every step of the way on Mondays and Wednesdays, okay? So take care. Thanks for tuning in if you're here live. If you watch this later, email me the password, and I'll know that you watched it, okay? Take care, guys. Let me know if you need my help. I'll be here, and I'll be answering your emails. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday.